and welcome to our video of Angkor Wat! We're going to start off with our timeline. Now, first off, in 802 CE, which is Common Era, Jayavarman II is crowned and rules until 850, when he founds the Kingdom of Angkor. In 1002, Khmer civil war begins with Jayavarman and Jayavarman I. And that civil war lasts until later in that year when Jayavarman I wins the civil war. From there, in 1140, the construction of Angkor Wat officially began. And in 1220, Jayavarman VII died. And the Kingdom of Angkor Wat lasted until 1431, when it was abandoned after the invasion of Siam, which is Thais, although some monks continued to use the site.
So Angkor Wat in Cambodia, northern province of Siem Reap, is one of the most important archaeological sites of Southeast Asia. It extends over approximately 400 square kilometers and consists of scores of temples, hydraulic structures such as basins, dikes, reservoirs, canals, and well-set communication routes. For several centuries, Angkor was the center of Khmer Kingdom, with impressive monuments, several different ancient urban plants, and large water reservoir. The site is a unique concentration of treasure, testifying to an exceptional civilization. Temples such as Angkor Wat, the Bayon, Braken, and Taprom, exemplars of Khmer architecture, are close linked to their geographical context as well as being imbued with symbolic significance. The architect and layout of the successive capitals bear witness to a high level of social order and ranking within the Khmer Empire. Angkor is therefore a major site exemplifying cultural, religious, and symbolic values as well as containing high architectural, archaeological, and artistic significance.
Hello, and now we'll be talking about Angkor Wat society. So, Angkor was a complex civilization with its kings at the apex of society. Most of the people who built the temples grew food for the entire rice farmers, and they used techniques that have endured with little alteration until the present day. The Khmer were also skillful builders and talented artists in stone and wood. Khmer engineers designed impressive reservoirs and narrow straight roads connecting the Cambodian cities. Since the economy of the Khmer civilization was based mainly in agriculture, the majority of the people should have been peasants or farmers living in the villages. It was not clearly certain that there were any small landowners in the kingdom, since most inscriptions were often referred to as large landowners of the elite class or the temples, and the religion of the Khmer was Buddhism and Hinduism.
So, the city where the temple was built, Angkor, is located in modern-day Cambodia and was once the capital of the Khmer Empire. This urban center contains hundreds of temples and a population that has been estimated to be as high as 1 million people. And it was easily the largest city in the world until the Industrial Revolution. To make a living, many people living in Angkor Wat relied on agriculture and fishing, and that helped sustain the people of Angkor Wat up to their decline in 1431.
Hello, so now we're going to talk about the role of environmental change and damage in civilization's decline. So, scientists say that the collapse of Angkor was a complex process brought about by several different factors: social factors, political factors, and environmental factors. Suggested causes for the fall of the Khmer Empire in the late 14th to early 15th century have included war and landowner exploitation. However, recent evidence suggests that prolonged droughts might have been linked to the decline of Angkor. For instance, tree rings from Vietnam suggest that the region experienced long spans of drought interspersed with unusually heavy rains. As both water levels and sediment deposits ebbed, the ecology of the barrier has changed as well. These changes led to the downfall of the economy. Thank you.
So now we're going to talk about a similar situation today compared to how Angkor Wat declined way back when. Now our example has to do with Somalia. For the past 2 years, Somalia has been facing a devastating drought that has led to famine throughout the country. There was scarce rain in 2011, which led to crop failure and a loss of livestock and eventually soaring food prices. As a result, malnutrition rates in southern Somalia, where ongoing armed conflict made it nearly impossible for aid to reach people in need, reached their highest levels in nearly 2 decades. Although relief efforts and an exceptionally good harvest in 2012 helped to bring an end to the famine, Somalis are still suffering from its effects. More than 1 million remain without enough food, water, and other essentials. This is similar to Angkor Wat because way back when, Angkor Wat experienced an extreme drought. And though we're not sure exactly how the civilization declined, we can infer from the evidence that we know from tree rings that once Angkor Wat experienced this drought, a huge famine came about, which would lead to the malnutrition of the people living within the civilization and eventually lead to its final decline and the fall of the civilization as a whole.